Joining us now is Steve Lamar, American Apparel and Footwear Association CEO. Steve, I think consumers may be rolling their eyes when I say that, but I've spoken to 6 or 7 retail CEOs in the last week. Many of them are vendors who make merchandise overseas and then sell it to retailers, but they're saying, hey, this is serious. Things are taking twice as long. Some of our merchandise still hasn't been made yet. Not only will there be shortages, but things will cost more. With these closures that are happening at these ports in Asia, I mean, what's the real situation going to look like and when? Do we really need to shop now for Christmas? Or are we talking this is going to start happening in November, early December?
Oh, this is happening now, and thanks for having me on the show. We're having an unprecedented supply chain disruption. Factories are closing because of COVID. We're seeing price gouging by carriers. We're seeing disruptions, delays, massive delays at the ports. And then the news today that the third largest container port in China had to close one of its terminals. You put all that together, you've got disruption bingo. This is going to result in price increases. It's resulting in shortages. People can't ship their goods. If they can't ship their goods, they can't sell their goods. So we're really trying to sound the alarm that it's time for action here. So I'm glad you're able to bring this to light.
Yeah, I mean, Steve, it seems like a lot of this started when the initial outbreak of COVID in Asia started shutting things down, both the ports and the ships that were not allowed to come in and offload containers. And that has only gotten worse. That never really healed in the system. And now you have surging demand here by consumers for almost everything, it seems, beyond just the Clorox wipes early on, but then computers, bikes, you name it. We want more of it. Consumers are spending more. So I guess the question is how does all this get fixed? It seems like there's a supply issue and demand is also really high. Do we need to stop buying as much to give it time to kind of settle back in?
Well, there's a great demand story in that, consumers now have the wherewithal. They want to get back out and shop. They want to buy the great fashions. They're looking for deals on clothes and shoes, especially as we go into back to work and back to school. And, whether you call that, closet fatigue or revenge shopping, the consumer wants to get back out there. The problem is the supply is not there. We've been trying to get our supply in as much as we can. Some people are having more success than others, but broadly, it's across the board, and it's really affecting everything. It's not just clothes and shoes; it is affecting everything. You are beginning to see price increases. You're seeing shortages, and it's going to continue until we can resolve some of these shortages. Look, we've been asking the administration for action and relief. There's long-term good news. The infrastructure bill that the Senate passed, that's going to help in the long term. We've seen other legislation introduced that will also help to try to provide more authorities to investigate price gouging. But we really need those agencies to investigate those price gouging complaints right now, and then look to the administration to provide relief. We're still facing these crushing tariff burdens. So we've got high freight costs, the crushing tariff burdens that are left over from a couple of years ago. We're still being charged those. You add all that together, and it becomes a very, very difficult situation.